Hi everyone, it is Morgoth the Barbarian here, and welcome to the second season premiere of our City Skylines playthrough. Except, we're not gonna be in this city for right now. Nah. We're gonna be leaving this city just shortly. But, in the meantime, just wanted to once again say, so glad you guys are watching and enjoying this. It is much appreciated for all your support and everything, and I just wanted to come out right at the gate and thank you for everything that's happened, especially in regards to the first season, where we built this city. And I must say it looks pretty good. But alas, you, the viewers, have spoken. And I think we're gonna go someplace else and put our newly acquired skills to the test and see what happens. And I'm pleased to announce that you picked the most chaotic option too. I don't know whether I should be proud of yous or cursing you out right about now. We'll find out as I'm playing through. Actually, I can't curse because this is YouTube, but you get the idea. So, like and hit those like and subscribe buttons if you're enjoying this and can't wait to see what comes next. Much appreciated as always. And with that, let me explain what exactly it chose. So, out of all the options, the vanilla with a twist scenario was chosen. Which, long story short, means that I can't play with any mods. There are actually not one but two twists involved here. The first is that no mods can be used, or DLCs. So, things like the traffic management mod over here, yep, can't use that. Nope, that is off limits. This isn't as well as anything else I may have acquired in the past since filming the last episode. So, no traffic mods, no insta landscaping, no nothing. However, this isn't going to be completely modless, a full disclosure here, but the three mods I will be using are the FPS boost, the mod achievement, and the 25 tile mods. However, neither one of those actually affects gameplay. I mean, sure, you can make an argument of the 25 tile mod, but you know, I would like to build on 25 tiles, so we kind of got to have that one. But otherwise, none of those mods really do affect gameplay, so that's the whole point. Also, I cannot use any DLCs, so anything like, say, the college life one, no fancy campuses like this, or sports stadiums outside of the regular stadium over here. Let's see, what else? No airport DLC. I was building an airport over here, but, you know, I was just testing it out. No Parks Life DLC. I actually just got both of them. This is just a test run, by the way. I was just testing to see how these worked. I know, the zoo, this isn't where I would put the zoo, or the park and all that. So, for some reason, I'm using a DLC. Feel free to call me out in the comments section. I'll try to reverse course here. I might accidentally use something that's part of it, but I'm going to try my best to dodge it as much as I can here. However, there is one exception. Hence the twist. And there it is. Yeah, there's going to be some flaming hail dropped in this city shortly, as you can kind of see. But long story short, I will be unleashing disasters. I kind of messed around with it, tried to get it how to work. This is a collapsed building, by the way. Basically, I'm going to be using Dungeons and Dragons dice, or as I like to call them, math rocks, to roll for a random disaster. There are 9 of them in total. However, I am putting the tsunami off limits until I get all 25 tiles, so I'll be rolling a D8 or a D10 behind the scenes to determine what disaster happens. A D100 for intensity, and then I'm going to be rolling a D4 to determine how many times a year these bad boys hit. So, basically, the whole point of this playthrough is to try to survive and have as many people as possible by the year 2100. Oh wait, what year are we at? Okay, we're at 2049 right now, so we'll try to say 50 years. So that would bring us to 2072. We'll see from there, but the goal is to do a 50-year playthrough and to try to make it through as far as we can. Trying to survive the random disasters rolled. As for placement, I'm kind of going to figure something out. I'm not going to start the disasters till year 5 of the playthrough, so we will essentially go from there. And that's just basically to get my city developed. So, and then obviously I'll turn random disasters on so that, you know, the game will input its silliness. So there's going to be a whole lot of randomness. Speaking of which, oh, look at that. Hey, it's our good old buddy Flaming Hail. Oh, yikes. That's going to leave a mark, isn't it? Oh, it actually throws my computer. I mean, you can even see the cars flying. Frozen in midair. That's actually kind of... Oh, that's because our park upgraded too. Well, nice timing there.
Has occurred. Avoid the impact site and head to shelter.
Okay, our park leveled up right as that hit. That is kind of wild. But yes, this is the type of silliness you can expect here. That was actually good timing. Is that Lord knows what it might do to our city here. So we're going to have to be prepared for everything and anything. Also, because we're unleashing disasters, I am declaring anything from the disaster DLC fair game for usage. So basically, that'll be the only DLC used. Mainly because I'm not, like, you know, unleashing disasters. So, but... yeah, that's basically going to be the twist here, is to try our best to survive whatever Mother Nature might throw at us, and hope we can make it. The good now, other than that, we're free to build whatever we want, so I can do whatever city I feel like it. I'll be sticking to one of the vanilla maps, but otherwise, I think that is basically going to be the premises of this playthrough, is to try and survive, and with much hope, we can get through it and rebuild. See, look at that. I already got the general idea already. So, that being said, let me introduce you to the scenario. Oh, and by the way, as for this city, I'm not quite done with it just yet. Now, I'm not saving this file, so don't worry. This meteor strike isn't going to stay put. I'm going to play this one off camera and check back to see how the things are going around here, because we still had some work to be done. But I ended this season a little bit too early, maybe. So, we'll check back onto this one and see how things are going. I'll experiment with the parks and airports DLCs behind the scenes. Don't worry, again, this is not staying. And we'll see what ends up with it. So who knows, maybe we'll get some ideas for Season 3. That obviously won't happen for a while, but... So, with that being said, let's get started and introduce everyone to the scenario that we're going to be dropping in. Alright. Well, this is it. Once again, this, and this will be the only 3 mods I'm using. Otherwise, let it be known that all of this is being turned off. No unlimited money, no unlimited oil and ore. That's going to create some issues for those districts. No instant roundabouts or traffic mods or anything. So this is just going to be straight through. Let me just double check to make sure everything's off. Well, that's got to stay on. Those are scenarios. And I think that's my stuff. And then I have to have this on. But otherwise, that is basically it for mods. And then I had this off for the New Rock City playthrough, but now we're going to have the game unleash its own disasters. So I'll let you know when some of these are not mine. But anyways, yeah, well, those are the mods I'm using. Just those 3. And then I don't think I can turn these off for right now, so we'll just leave them. But again, I will try to avoid using them as much as possible, but if I accidentally use one, well, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll fix it. So anyways, what scenario are we doing? Well, for this playthrough, we are going to go to Cliffside Bay. And I already know the city name. Let us call it Luckyville. Home of, because you never know when your luck might get tested. Oh, but yeah, I mean, we don't have very much room to build, but that's okay considering how my computer takes this game sometimes. So that'll be where we start off from. And with that being said, let the chaos begin. Oh boy, this how long will it take before I regret this? All right, we are ready to begin our new adventure here in Cliffside Bay in the city of Luckyville. Quick thing before I begin, I had to disable the FPS mod. That one was not working. The game was taking forever to load, so that one has been yeeted into the void just as a quick change. But anyways, enough about that. Welcome to Cliffside Bay. This place is going to be our haven for a little while here. And you can kind of see why. We got all of these bays here. All of these nice little inlets to build on. Assuming, say, a tsunami wave doesn't come randomly crashing in this direction? I don't know. I've been hearing some things that... weird things tend to happen in this city. So anyways, let's start off with the general plan here. Generally, what you want to do here in City Skylines, and this is what I've learned, is maybe come up with a general plan right off the bat. So I can already kind of get visions of this highway. So first off, we got to remember, we're only doing 25 tiles, so if I were to take a tile map, I think we can get up to around here and be okay. So I already know that this highway is going to have to come in this direction. This could be like a touristy enclave right here. And then this seems like a good spot for a nice little beachfront community. That seems to be what I'm getting at. What's that now? If you recall, there wasn't really much buildable space, so worst case scenario, we may have to do some landscaping on things. But the general idea is maybe have this highway coming this way and going about towards this direction is going to be critical here. So we're going to have to make that a very critical part of our infrastructure. And then this area is basically going to be downtown. Basically around here, or it'll be kind of a waterfront downtown. It'll complete with a little waterfront district. And then we'll have to do suburban housing literally all over the place. Now, I don't know where the industry would go. Probably somewhere in this vicinity right here. You can see our main rail line and then the two highway connections leading north and south. I should say north and east. Or whatever direction in this game is north. I don't know what it is. I'm going to assume this is north. It never gives you a compass, so that's kind of the general idea. But none of those can be done just yet, because we're stuck with this basic little square. So, I guess everything I just said will have to be for the future. So instead, we're stuck working with this for the time being. And, let's see, I'm just curious what level we're going to need to reach before we can unlock everything. Yep, 65,000. So goal number 1, try to get there as quickly as we can. Then, as I've said in the last play for season, that's when the real game essentially begins. But again, I'm gonna try and dodge avoiding using any DLC stuff. That could be a little bit easier said than done, but once again, feel free to call me out in the comments section. So, first things first, let's start building our very first road of the game. There, done. Look see how easy that was? Oh, apparently it's not as easy to demolish buildings. Whoa, what? Oh, I'm up above ground this way. Yeah, the game automatically forces you to build that one tile in. Okay, so full disclosure, I don't have to do the fancy opening things. That's not me. And besides that, we've already got future plans on here. So my idea would be basically to extend this out. It's gonna go over this way, so I guess technically we should be curving this. So the best idea would be to basically bring this. So now normally I don't have my builds. I don't do my builds on camera. In order to reduce length here on YouTube. But just for this occasion, we'll make a little exception. So apologies, the length of this video gets a little long. There. We'll start the city somewhere in this vicinity. That should work out fine. Just a second. Get this in. Close enough. Alright, so. Like I said, I don't do any of those fancy, openings here. I'm not skilled enough for that sort of thing. But I do know my way around it a little bit, so maybe, I don't know. We can build our first roundabout over here. I'm pretty certain this is not. This is part of the game's thing, so. If not, oopsie daisies. So anyways, there, we got our main roundabout here. 1 second. Let's see if I can get this up and running. Alright, so this is basically what we're going to start out with. We have a small industrial district over here. 3 residential zones and a commercial zone, just to start out with. Just very, very basic. Got the, you-know-what for the sewage over here, water intake over here, a windmill over here. Hey, I mean, this is a good map for windmills, you know. We don't really have too much money, though, to deal with, so we're going to have to keep our eye on this. But the bottom line is this is kind of going to be our starter city. And once again, keep your eye on this date. When this gets to 2027, that's when things are going to get really interesting. But for the time being, this small little village is going to do. And with that, let us begin. And here we go. Everybody beginning to move in. As you can see, we don't have as much money this time around as we did in our last playthrough. So we're going to have to make a note to try and get this stabilized as quickly as we can here. So with that being said, I'm going to turn all of our budget things down as far as they possibly can until we can get some collect taxes here. It shouldn't take too much longer. As you can see everything going in play. I wouldn't worry too much about these sitting around. This is just temporary. I'll probably move them somewhere else. But the bottom line is, this is kind of what we're going to have to start out with. I would use gravel roads, but I wasn't able to get the chance here, so. Anyways, we'll just let this go as planned, and we'll probably continue expanding the residential district, maybe in this direction a little bit, in this direction, while we wait for our city to build up. I also kind of left some space in between, just in case we want to expand the roads or put in, like, big services or not. I know I need a landfill or other services, so we'll probably be putting them on this side of the street. But this is kind of a general idea. Like I said, I don't really do the fancy openings. I mean, yes, I do have a roundabout over here, but inevitably it will expand off of that. And as time goes on, the hope is that... Oh dear! We will, do that. And I see we've already made our first blunder. Okay, so we do need full electricity. Yikes. Well, it was worth a shot doing that. There we go. Okay, that's more like it. And the water usage is just... the water usage is just fine the way it is. Okay. That's good. That's good. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm gonna try not to increase that while we go about, so... Let's just sit back and wait for all of this to build up, and then I will move on. Alright, that didn't take too long at all. We're now a little hamlet. We get taxes and loans. Hooray! And finally, our garbage and healthcare comes about. So, that being said, I'm going to zone this area and this area to get us ready for expansion. I'll slow this game down a little bit, too. We also got this new area, too, so I might as well do that as well. And just let the people come flying in, and we'll do a little more commercial here too. Create a little bit of a buffer. So some basic services. This doesn't really need to be too fancy. And yes, I have been known to eminent domain stuff. Landfill. Name of the game is to try to keep our expenses down here, at least in the early game. So if I have to do things that don't seem right, like landfills or what have you, then so be it. Also, wow, look what mistake I'm making. Good to know some things have never changed with me. Yeah. Oh, you. Crazy kid. Oh, boy. Oh, and just like that, we need our windmill. Would you look at that? Alright, so that's something to keep our eye on in this game. What about water? Is that still okay? It is. Alright, so we'll just keep building this up. Bam! Worthy Village achieved, and we also got a new tile area too. On top of that, we can now get districts, a second loan. I'll address that in a minute. And our police, unique buildings, and this right here. This is going to be very critical for this playthrough. I have a funny feeling we're probably going to have some issues. Oh, no. But we're not going to worry about that just yet. We've got, like I said, if you're waiting for me to drop some flaming hail on this city, not so fast. It's not going to happen. Not quite yet. We got to build the city up a little bit. Wouldn't seem right. So there we go. We also added an elementary school while that was all going on. And, well, now these don't get unlocked until the population hits 2,200, so that's going to take some time. In the meantime, and then I did add yet another windmill. It seems like I'm adding a lot of these. Like crazy. We're almost back to where we were. Okay, another one. Again, these hills are good spots for windmills, so it's no biggie. So, as long as we keep building up... Oh, look who made the same mistake as before. Oh, you will never learn, will you? Dun, dun, dun. Alright. So, as I mentioned, key here is basically just going to keep building out over and over and over. So, that's basically going to be objective number 1 here. So that being said, let me get my grids built out. I know I'm building it right in front. Oh, and immediately we run into a money issue. Oh, that's not good. All right. Yeah, see, I already had to take our first loan, and now I'm taking a second one. This is okay. We needed to funnel a growth strategy here, so I'll continue going and try to keep on trucking here. We are moving up the scale pretty quickly, y'all. Now we got all of our areas. We got industrial areas, which technically I don't think I can use. Okay, so I'm going to try to explain which ones I can't use here in this playthrough. So, basically I can't use this. I mean, we can do this. But no parks, no industries. We can use the sort of, so. And then we got industrial areas. Give me a minute to try to point out what I can and can't use here. Because we got a lot of good stuff, but a lot of this is not going to be eligible for usage. Again, DLCs are off the table. Yeah, pretty much the majority of this, except for this. I don't think we can use those. Not really. I think we can use fishing as far as I can tell, but again, this is a very, very basic playthrough. So a lot of this is not going to apply, but I believe some of it still works. That's the problem with DLCs. So anyways, basically the long story short is landscaping is all we can do. And we can throw in some parks. So there is that. But right now is a little bit of an update. Everything seems to be going according to plan, although... Now, as you can see, I've been kind of using commercial zones to kind of buffer this, because I don't want people to be living next to dirty, smelly industrial areas, although later in the game, this will be moved over beyond this highway, so it's no big deal. Again, this is just a basic starter city, so a lot of this is really just going to you know, come as it goes as it comes along here. And let's get a school. High school. I'm going to have to use eminent domain on this, but so be it. Also, I did have to build another water thing. Whoa, what? Oh, there you go. One sec. 560. Oh, please. We still got plenty of space for windmills. Let's build like 2 more. As long as we keep it in the high wind area, I think it'll be fine. There you go. That should be plenty. We had to build another water and sewage treatment plant. I'm going to have to monitor this, because if you recall from last playthrough, this caused problems the second it reached this. Yeah, let's not have a repeat of that, so... I don't want our citizens to be drinking poop water again. That's, we learned that lesson a little early on, so... I guess for the time being, just keep building up. And I'm not going to do another sell. Actually, one thing I should do. Taxes. Hold on. Look, as much as I love growth, we kind of got to get some money here. So everybody gets an 11% tax. I believe 12 is the point where things get a little bit interesting here. Again, the name of the game is to try and get as much water as we possibly can here. And don't worry, the rain is not part of a disaster. That is just, you know, the game being the game. It's weather, you know. Oh yeah, we need another school. Alright. Hopefully we can stay in budget here and not lose our, Sure, and this actually I'm going to pay this off. There we go. I'm not going to worry about the other loan. That should help with the economy a little bit, and we'll just keep this cranking up. It's full speed ahead here, and I'll try to keep building up. Alright, Alright, this is where the critical part of our playthrough now enters. We're now a boomtown. We've got a third district. That's the good news. Bad news, this ain't gonna matter. Sorry, airport areas, not this game. Some other time. I mean, we've got our mass transit. I don't think this will matter. Or industry specialization, doesn't matter for this playthrough. But where is it? And these are still okay. But there's a lot going on here. Highways. We finally got them. So we can do some stuff. Ferries. They might be useful, but maybe not in this so much in this playthrough. This could help, especially since we're using wind power at the moment. Taking care of the dead, that's always important. But scroll down to this. This right here, these three. Now, this is the only DLC, as I mentioned, that is fair game for this use, simply because, you know, reasons. And I have a funny feeling a few years from this playthrough is set, things might be going on, because we're already, I believe I can see we're in June of 2023. Something tells me it may not be very long before our luck gets tested out here. So these three are going to be the very, very critical ones to keep your eye on here. Other than that, we are now at a very critical point in our playthrough, because we're going to have decisions here. Yes, we are in June 2023. I know the date looks like it says March, but they've got the European styling. They do their month second, so now we can really begin to plan out our city a little bit more. It's possible this highway, as I mentioned at the beginning of the playthrough, sending it on its way this way might be the best course of action, especially for our future plans. So I'm actually going to stop the episode right here. The bottom line is we need to continue building out and preparing for our future vision, as well as anything else that, say, might show up later down the line. I don't know. So next episode, we're going to get that prepped and ready to go, if I can talk. But until then, I think I'm going to call it for this episode, so thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, as always, don't forget to save your game. That is super important. But anyways, thanks again for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, and we'll see where this goes. Pretty excited to see where this continues onward, so thanks again, and I will see you on the next one.